The low ring muscle up. Don't have high ceilings, don't have some place that you can hang rings 15 feet in the air, don't worry about it. As long as you have a pull-up bar bolted to your wall or hanging over your door, and you can hang a set of rings from that low bar, you are perfectly fine. When I set these up, the height works well for me when the rings are about chest height. From here, you put them at whatever height works for your lever lengths and whatnot. But we want, when you get into your false grip, you extend your arms, your legs are out in front of you, your butt's just a couple inches from the ground. That's a good general starting point, so I'll show you what I look like. Perfect. Good to go. Butt's just a couple inches off the ground. Legs are out straight. We're not going to start there because your legs out straight in front of you makes it very challenging. A great place to be. Let's take one step back. This is assuming that you have chest to bar pull-ups and you have ring dips. If you don't have 5 to 10 chest to bar pull-ups and 5 to 10 ring dips, then you need to build the strength component. And so work on your chest to bar pull-ups and your ring dips. But if you have chest to bar pull-ups and you have ring dips and you still don't have a muscle up or you struggle with them, you don't need more pull-ups and dips. You need to work the muscle up, and that's where the low rings really shine. So what I can do, standing with my feet just underneath the rings, I can get in my false grip, do an ugly squat down, get to the point where I'm in this terrible squat, but my arms are extended. What this is going to allow me to do is use as much leg as possible for me to pull these rings to my chest, keeping my elbows nice and tight. My head comes through, my thumbs trace my chest, and I wind up in this very deep dip position. And I'm talking to you not because I'm this amazingly strong, but because I'm not using my upper body to do this. My feet, the rings are set at a proper height that my feet are still firmly planted on the ground. And then from this position, I can press out of the dip using just my upper body, or I could jump into the dip and use a leg assist on that as well. So what you want to do, you want to use as much leg as needed, but as little as possible. Meaning you want to make this as demanding as you can on your upper body so you develop that strength. But if initially it's 90% lower body, 10% upper body, that's fine. Do your reps like that, but do beautiful reps. Don't struggle so much that you're impatient and your elbows are coming way out away from you and you're flailing all around. That's not developing the ring muscle up you want to get later on. So use as much or as little leg as needed to do beautiful muscle ups where elbows stay tight to the body, everything touches, chest is touching my thumbs right now, they trace my chest around, and then I press or jump out of that dip. And I could do them like this. That would be a good way to do it because the rings didn't get all wild on me. And again, as you build and your strength increases, less leg will be required. And once you get to the top, like I said, either press out of that dip or jump, do a negative. There's a lot of training opportunities with these low rings. An intermediary step between having your legs right underneath of you and using that squat position is the further you kick your legs out in front, you can't really squat with them anymore, so it puts a lot more of the strain on the upper body. So you can try, as this gets quote-unquote easier, keep kicking the legs out in front until eventually your legs are way out in front here and you pull the rings to your chest and press out of it. And then even though you don't have a high place to hang those rings, in your garage, in your apartment, wherever you happen to be, if you get to that point where you're doing a ring muscle up from the floor with your legs out in front of you, you've basically done a strict ring muscle up. And you will be very happy when you get somewhere where the rings are high and you can actually kip. So we use this a lot on the limited equipment option. But like I said, regardless of where you are in your muscle up progression, these things are phenomenal.